All right, I'm looking at another Fibble. This is the game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. They're starting us with honor. We could do a double O. That could be good. Like a double O-N maybe or something. Or actually, let's do the H. Let's do shoot. That's pretty good. Okay. Well, we didn't get any contradictions, which is really interesting. Is it possible to do this? The H be the lie. We'd have the T. I don't know what that would be. So I don't think so. And if the H, if there is an H there, it couldn't have, no, it would have to have a T. Yeah. If there's an H at all, then we have to have a T. So I don't think there's gonna be an H. Because you're not gonna put an H at the end, and you're not gonna do HT, and I can't think of anything like this, so I think the H is, there's not gonna be an H. So we could do ST though. That would be good. But then we need an N or an R. Stoon or Stewer, those aren't things. So I don't think it's gonna work to have an S. So I think that's gonna be true. So we could do the T as a lie at the end. We'd still need an R or an N. Something like this. Groot. Is that a thing? I don't think so. I didn't think so. I don't know that there's anything that works like that. And the N is going to be even harder to do without an S. So I don't think the T can be a, oh, there could be, the T could be a lie because there's no T. That could work. We could do that. We could just have the two O's and no T. We'd still need an R or an N, but we could do an R or an N at the end or somewhere else. But maybe we could do balloon. It's like you run balloon together short. It's balloon. B apostrophe L-O-O-N. No, that doesn't work. And O-O-R. Floor. Floor would work. Oh, thought maybe that was gonna be okay. Well, both the O's are lie. You know, one of these two O's is a lie, and one of these two O's is a lie. Everything else has to be true. So there is a T. So one of the O's, one of the green O's is a lie. If this one is the lie, then that one's true. This is a lie. This is true. And that's okay. We can do that. If this one is a lie, then this one's true, and that's a lie, and this is true. Which would mean there's just the one O in that case. So either we have an O here and an O somewhere else, or we have an O here and no other O, but we have a T. Let's try to do, we could do the O's this way and forget about the N and the R. But what would that be? Or we could do an O at the beginning and an O there, and then we'd have an N or an R and a T. But I don't know what that would be either. So let's try this. Put a T in the middle potentially, but then I'm thinking like motor or rotor, and we can't do an R. Oh, there is no R. There is no R. We know that from floor. So this is definitely true. So if we do, oh yeah, no N. If we did an O at the beginning, then there would have to be an N and a T, which I don't think is gonna work. So I'm thinking this, we could put the T almost anywhere, and then we need new letters, but what? I don't think that's gonna work. And we can't do, you know, you could do like motto, but we can't do the O's this way. There has to be an O third or fourth. So I'm kind of thinking just an O there and no O, no second O. In which case there would be no N. Actually, if, oh, okay, so there is no N. There's no N no matter what. Because for there to be an N, these have to both, well, no. There's an N if there's an O at the beginning and fourth. So that is still possible. But I'm thinking O there. OT, maybe? Or I'm kind of thinking T at the beginning. Something like this. But then what's going to come after the T? But if you put the T second, then what comes before the T? Something like a tone, but we can't do the N. Man, if the T is second, it's got to have a vowel at the beginning. Otherwise, the T has to be here, and then what's at the... I mean, I guess you could do an E, like I said, but then what? Oh, this is the usual problem where I think there's a double consonant, and there kind of is, but there isn't. Well, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Quote is possible. We've had several Q words recently on Fibble, so I thought maybe that was going to be... Okay, well, man, we didn't get any... Man, so, the problem is now, I mean, it's... Oh, quota. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I was going to say it almost has to be that the yellow O is the lie. But, yeah, quota. Oh, man, so we did have another Q word. We did have another Q. Oh, man, we've had several of those recently. All right, well, it took a little bit of thinking, but I got it in 4. So let me know how your solve went. And, of course, be sure to subscribe for more.